Hey everybody, happy Thursday out there. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. I don't know about you, man, but I am exhausted from our shoot that we had earlier today. Why don't you tell the nice people what happened?
So Hunter took me to downtown Duluth. Is it Just for Kicks?
Yes, Just for Kicks.
The dance studio in downtown Duluth at the Holiday Center. Hunter got us to dance with a group who was going to be showing off in the Christmas City of the North Parade, the Just for Kicks team. So we got to learn their routine that they will be doing at next Friday's parade. So it was a whole lot of fun.
It was absolutely a blast. But definitely, like I said, I was drenched from head to toe. It was absolutely nuts. For some reason, I didn't bring an extra change of clothes. I wore this to dance. So like this was soaked for a little bit. It's dried off ever since, but you know, it's quite the routine. And then we did the warm-ups or whatever early on, and then they're like, all right, that's it. And we're like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. And they're like, all right, here comes the routine
Start
now.
It up.
Now we got to learn the routine. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Also, Hunter does inform me what to wear for the activity that I don't know we're about to do.
Yep.
But he at least gives me a heads up on what I should wear. But many of the times, like today, I was wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and then Hunter is wearing his work attire. So I think you do it to yourself sometimes.
I definitely do.
Yeah.
I could take a page out of my own thing that I'm telling you and wear something more athletic, but I just never do it for some reason.
I'll send a text reminder to you on the days that we're doing these shoots.
And you don't even know what's coming up the next day.
Oh,
that's funny.
That is good stuff. Well, hey, let's get to a comment from our Northern Life text line. We want to thank you all for joining our team back on Monday for the 50th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald shipwreck and all of that coverage. And one of our viewers told us, Hunter, I listened and watched you and your band sing the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald from KQDS on radio. You guys were absolutely amazing, and your voice had me choking up and teary-eyed. Well done.
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Thank you very much. We've had the honor and the privilege to be able to do that. I want to say it's our 4th or 5th year that we've done it on KQ, so we appreciate those guys for letting us be able to do it. And usually Jason Manning will play guitar with us, but he was gone this time, so we brought in our other bandmate, Tony Thomas, and it went very well, I'd say. And again, just a great privilege to be able to honor that whole event there. Beautiful song.
And so my phone the other day too, the Instagram feed I have on the Reels is only Edmund Fitzgerald related content. And I actually saw a story, I don't know if this is true or not. The gentleman who was talking sounded very much like he was affiliated with someone in the room during the recording of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And he said that when Gordon Lightfoot and the band were recording the related album, Gordon Lightfoot said, let's go through this song I've been working on. And so they recorded it. And that first take is what you hear on radio.
Are you serious?
That's what it sounded like. According to that guy, they said he just played it. He said just follow along, and then they tried to do multiple attempts afterward, and they said they couldn't get the sound exactly right as that first time they did it. So according to that gentleman who seemed to have knowledge of the recording, first time was the charm for them.
It's a legendary recording, and if that's true, that is unbelievable that they got it down in one effort, one try, the very first time.
That'll be remembered forever.
Yep, amen.
Yeah. Hey, how about entertainment news? Pixar fans out there, Woody, Buzz, and Jessie going to be back in action in 2026. Disney and Pixar are dropping the first teaser trailer for Toy Story 5. The teaser reveals a new high-tech toy rival named LilyPad, a tablet that's about to make the rest of the gang's jobs a bit more complicated. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack returning as Woody, Buzz, and Jessie, joined by newcomer Conan O'Brien as a toilet training tech toy called Smarty Pants. Toy Story 5 hitting theaters in June 2026.
So even Toy Story doing a little AI in the old bit there. That's pretty awesome. I love it. You would love Toy Story, of course.
I thought they should have ended in after Toy Story 3. I saw Toy Story in theaters, man, and I got to tell you, every time I watch it now at the end, I cry.
The third one?
Yeah.
Is the fourth one any good?
The fourth one's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when they're at the circus with Bo Peep, I believe. So.
I tell you what, Conan O'Brien, one of my favorite dudes.
Yeah?
I listen to his podcast all the time, so I hope that it's going to be fantastic. It usually is, and Conan's a great dude. So.
Yeah, toilet training technology. We'll wait for that. Coffee lovers out there, Starbucks had to issue an apology for the rollout of its viral Barista Cup. The popular coffee chain ushered in its limited edition holiday merchandise last week, including their highly sought-after Starbucks Barista Cup here. After fights broke out over the $30 cup, the merch was quickly being resold on eBay for as much as $500. And the new wave of holiday products will be available at Starbucks stores nationwide on December 2nd.
Yeah, I know somebody that was planning on leaving early to go get this cup, of course.
Yeah.
But there were people camping outside of the Starbucks and waiting to get in, like earlier than the store was going to be opening. It's absolutely wild. And then I heard that some of the employees were also buying it before people could actually go out and buy it. It was insane.
Yeah, that's the case. I did hear that too. That when folks were waiting, they said there's nothing else to buy.
Yeah, seriously.
It's all gone already.
Oh.
So, yeah, but also fighting over a bear.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Let's take a step back.
And folks have been, buying the animal cracker bears just like that, and just taking the animal crackers out and filling it with their own coffee. So, yeah.
Sell that on eBay. There you go.
Or Director Shania says the honey bears too. That
yes, that's hilarious.
That process would be messy to get that honey out. Well, hey, car drivers out there. Car drivers? Drivers out there? Ford is working on new design for its dealerships with a focus on more hospitality and less sales pressure. They want it to feel less like a dealership and more like a hotel, apparently.
What?
The goal is for all Ford's 9,000 dealerships worldwide to eventually adopt the concept. The project involves new art, new furniture, as well as training to help dealership staff work with the new environment. The open concept showroom has lounge seating, a center area with food and beverages, and a greeter to welcome those customers.
Just a new way they can make you pay more. Isn't that fantastic? I love it.
I got to say, though, walking into a dealership, I went to the Subaru dealership down in the Twin Cities to get my car. And I think a lot of the times you enter and you're just immediately aware that somebody's going to come talk to you. So many of the times you're like already kind of mentally prepared, like, hey, I got to think about what I'm going to say. If someone does approach me, I'm saying, it can't just be like, I'm just looking.
Yes, it's kind of like it's an archaic practice. I don't understand. You don't have to barter for anything else in the world, really. Why do you still have to barter for a car? A lot of people are uncomfortable with it. It's a good skill to learn, but why are we still doing it?
And it's, if you can have a nice, relaxed atmosphere with people, like it's a gentle process, then I think a lot of people appreciate that.
They're still taking more money from it.
Coming up, an amazing donation and a goal fit for winter. We'll see you in a bit. Stick around here on Northern Life. Welcome back, everybody. One of my favorite things to watch on TV is when the NFL teams are battling it out in the snow.
Yes.
Like when the Bills especially are playing out there in Buffalo. Well, it's something you usually don't see in soccer games. That is until the Canadian Premier League Championship was hit with a blizzard in Ottawa. Atletico Ottawa won their inaugural title with a 2-1 extra time win over Cavalry FC of Calgary. And look at this goal. They're calling it the icicle kick right there in the snow. It's just incredible. David Rodriguez scoring on that stunning bicycle kick, which I said they're calling the icicle kick for Atletico Ottawa. That tied their game, and they ended up winning the game thanks to that goal. I
can't imagine that kind of challenge of playing in the snow with soccer. With football, at least it's in the air. It's not on the ground. But how do you kick a ball around in the snow?
Soccer takes a lot of running, too. So their feet got to be kind of cold.
And slipping all over the place. Even though they have cleats, I'm sure it still is a little bit slippery.
Yeah, making the fellow Canadians proud up there playing in the snow.
Yep, amen.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen that before.
No, I've never seen that in my life. That's insane. So good on you. And especially if the ball's white. I don't think the ball was white in that game. But if the ball was white, it'd be even more of a challenge.
Where am I playing?
Yeah, where's that ball? I'm just kicking snow for some reason. What am I doing? Let's just make a snow angel. On the ice, however, hockey can be an expensive sport for children to play. The costs of ice time, the uniform, and team fees add up and can prevent some kids from participating.
So one 8-year-old, that is, from Colorado is hoping to change that. He's been working to help kids in need get on the ice.
Probably my first steps on the ice were like 4 or 5.
For 8-year-old Luke, hockey isn't just a sport. It's a family tradition. Generations of Graham men grew up in the rink.
This was when he was in the Olympics.
His dad even won the '04 Stanley Cup.
John Graham right there.
His older brothers play too. Luke spent many practices watching, bored.
I said to my mom, I don't want to be a rink dude anymore.
We didn't mean to laugh, but we're like, what is a rink dude?
His mom said Luke was too young to play, but he was old enough to know many kids won't get a chance.
Hockey is a fun sport, and it's very expensive because all the gear, ice time.
The Aspen Institute lists hockey as the priciest youth sport, costing thousands annually.
When we walk into a hockey store, I break out in a sweat because it is so expensive.
Luke started selling Rink Dude merch and sharing links to nonprofits. Last week, he raised over $3,000 for Hockey Unlimited.
for gear, ice time, coaching.
Now he wants to raise $5,000 for the United Heroes League, supporting kids of veterans.
They're our heroes, and they fight for our country.
Hockey taught him what it means to be a leader and that you're never too young to make an impact on the ice.
They treat me like a little one still, a lot.
Oh, good on him, man.
What a
wow.
sweet little kid.
Jeez.
It is very expensive. That's a whole culture,
Yeah.
you know, like, I mean, it's like half the year. You're going to games all sorts of places. You're traveling all over the place. The equipment itself, it's like, oh my gosh, how does anybody be able to afford to play that sport?
Yeah, big thanks to all the parents out there who are, footing the bill, or, even that little kid there, making sure other families have the ability to play sports too. Yeah, setting up the, if you play traveling ball, basketball and baseball too. Baseball, the bats, the cleats, all that stuff.
Jeez.
My parents were fortunate enough to give to me when I was growing up too.
Amen. Yeah, and hand-me-downs are fantastic. You know, no shame in that or anything like that. Whatever you can to get out there and play, it's a blast for sure.
Good on him.
Yep.
Well, hey, let's go talk about some football. For a set of Philadelphia Eagles and Green Bay Packers fans, Monday's matchup was bigger than a game. I know it wasn't the way that the Green Bay Packers were hoping it turned out, but Jason and Jody Stepanski are diehard Eagles fans, while Bobby and Willie Brenner are cheeseheads from Minnesota. And now they are forever linked. That is because Jason donated his kidney to Brenner, a total stranger, 5 years ago. It was a Facebook post 2 years before that which inspired him to become a donor in the first place.
That is so beautiful and cool that they were able to, of course, enjoy the game together. But giving to somebody that you have no idea who they are, a piece of you that is so important to vital life, that's another level of selfless that is very impressive.
Especially a rival fan.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. Somebody at least make sure they're a Packers fan or something, but that's insane and very cool.
Wow, yeah, bigger than the game there.
Yep.
Let's talk about restaurant chains that are going through a lean period. Chipotle, which has reportedly seen a drop in sales from younger customers. They say people between 25 and 35 years old are saving money by cutting back on going to fast casual restaurants. Analysts say these consumers are either packing lunches or going to fast food restaurants, which often have larger discounts. And experts say these restaurants could rebound once the country gets back into better shape economically.
It's pretty ridiculous how expensive things are, especially with restaurants that are supposed to be a little bit cheaper. Those are also just insanely expensive. I've been trying to make more at-home meals and take them into work, but a lot of times I just don't want to. I still go out and I spend the money. It's like, where did my money go?
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I got something to admit here, Hunter. The other night, Mary and I and our friend Drew went on a run together, and we're like, well, I'll just go to McDonald's and get a soft drink after. So I got a Powerade and whatnot. And then the McDonald's app, I'm not a sponsor or anything, but they have a lot of great deals. Like the Vikings score 2 touchdowns, you get a free Big Mac.
What?
And so we went through the drive-thru once, and then we stayed there and hung out, and then you can redeem your next deal 15 minutes later. So we sat in the car, and then we went back and around. We got some free fries. So utilize those deals when you can.
Dude, in this economy, you got to do what you got to do, man. That's awesome.
Save some money. Well, hey, coming up, a quick look at tonight's special coming up at 10 p.m. here on Northern News Now. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome back, folks. Tonight at 10, Northern News Now's Dan Wolf is bringing us another special report. Here's what he'll be sharing with you all tonight.
A technological revolution is coming to Duluth.
And you're looking at thousands of jobs.
2 AI companies just arrived in town, poised to make the city and Lake Superior testing grounds for military drones.
It will completely transform the economy at a very fundamental level.
In a Northern News Now exclusive, changes you'll soon notice in the air and on the water.
It's a whole new world. It's developing fast.
The future's now.
The future's now.
Tonight at 10.
In many ways, you don't think Duluth is like the center of the world sometimes, and this is another example of that. It's interesting how small Duluth is, but also how big Duluth is with things like this.
Yeah, especially our storied past and history and historic buildings, and then now that we're a ground for military drones operating and training. So we got a mix of it all.
Also, when does Dan go on vacation? He's just cooking out
Yeah,
these stories left and right. Jeez.
He's been pushing out some great special reports. And if you haven't watched his story on the Edmund Fitzgerald and the gentleman who shared his story for the first time with the public, it sounds like.
Yep.
You definitely find that over at northernnewsnow.com and find his special report coming up tonight at 10 here on the station.
Yep.
Let's get to a sweet story in a North Dakota neighborhood. People putting pink bulbs in their porch lights to support a fellow neighbor battling breast cancer.
Yeah, Jody Kurzman has the story.
One by one, light bulbs are being changed in this South Bismarck neighborhood. The replacement bulbs are pink, a quiet show of support for one of their own.
Our neighborhood is amazing.
Right now, neighbors are banding together to support Yvonne Delzer.
We want her to know that we care about her.
Yvonne was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer in October.
It's curable and treatable. And
She knows the road to that cure will be difficult, but says support from this street will make it a little easier.
the support has been amazing.
All these pink lights came as a surprise to the Delzers.
I think I was just in complete shock and awe, and I just sat and looked around. I couldn't believe it.
It's just a cool thing that they do that for my mom.
It was phenomenal.
Neighbors say it's just what they do on this block.
I want her to know that I'm there for her, and I want her to know I'm thinking about her.
And we're just always supporting each other.
A little bit of kindness goes a long way.
Kindness, that on this street shines bright and shines pink.
Oh, very cool.
That's a sweet story. I feel like you're hard pressed to find like a cul-de-sac area that is like kind of more of an old school where everyone was talking to each other and not just going directly in their house and like not looking at their neighbors. Cool to see something like that where everybody's still talking and together and definitely a good show of community as well.
Supporting their fellow North Dakota resident there.
Yep.
Across the pond, reports of a lion on the loose in rural Ireland turned out to be a little far-fetched. That is because the animal in question ended up being a dog with an unusual haircut. Ireland's police force said the lion was just a very committed Newfoundland dog with a fresh hairdo. The dog named Mouse is apparently coping well with his newfound fame.
Dude, if I saw that out there, I'd be thinking twice about it. That's wild.
Man, I think I did see a very big, I thought it was a dog on the highway the other day. I think it was a coyote or wolf. Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, oh, there's a dog on 35. And it was just like, oh, nope, yep.
That's wrong,
Definitely not a lion, though.
No,
Not a lion in these parts. Well, hey, stick around. We'll have a lot to talk about before we go. Once again, before we go, be sure to join our Northern News Now team tonight at 10 for a story that's sure to be quite the special report. Join Dan, Laura, and Adam for a look at drones being tested here in the Northland. It's going to be a great story. And I got to tell you, sometimes I'm at Home Hunter and I'm getting ready for bed and it's 9:50 and I go, that 10 p.m. team's going on in 10 minutes.
It's wild. It's like they still have another 30 to 45 minutes left in their day. And that's if nothing breaks within that amount of time. They can go later than that, you know?
Oh, geez, yeah, I know too. Yeah, sometimes Friday nights, like going out with friends and then it's like 9:45 and I walk by the station and I go, oh yeah, they're still working in there.
One of my favorite things is like Halloween, going out to the bars, and I'll look up at the TV and I'll see Adam up there. I'll take a picture of him and I'll take a picture of me with my drink or whatever, and I'll send it to him and be like, it sucks to suck, man.
Take a picture of the moon.
Right? Oh, it's the best. Yeah, take a picture of the moon, send it to Adam. Before we go, McDonald's popular McRib sandwich is back, but there is a catch. It's only available at select locations. According to the McRib Locator website, some markets began selling the sandwich last week, but it's unclear how long it will be on the menu. Also, McDonald's holiday pie will also return nationwide starting November on Friday here coming up.
Yeah.
So, pretty crazy.
That second time we did go through the drive-thru, though, we did have the holiday pie. It tastes like a sugar cookie, so if you like sugar cookies, be sure to get it.
I might just have to try it. All right, we love you all.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Light.